Hey there, I'm Jennifer Tardy, certified holistic nutritionist and founder of Eating for Healing, Nutrition, and Wellness. I hold several certifications, including holistic nutrition, weight loss specialization, gut health, autoimmune support, and hormone health. And with over a decade of experience using functional nutrition and epigenetics to support lasting wellness. And I help people of all ages finally figure out what's actually right for their body, whether they're struggling with weight, fatigue, digestive issues, or hormone imbalances. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't always done it this way. In fact, I spent the first 15 years of my career working in traditional weight loss centers, the kind that rely on calorie counting, quick fixes, and prepackaged foods. And I saw firsthand how these short-term results rarely lasted and how people ended up more frustrated and discouraged, myself included. Now, through my own family's health struggles, I realized real transformation comes from understanding the root cause, not fighting your body. So I dove deep into nutrition science, earned several certifications, and it completely shifted how I help people heal. Now, for the past 10 years, I've used personalized nutrition and functional tools to help people reclaim their energy, balance their hormones, and reach a healthy weight naturally. And one of the most important tools I use today is epigenetics testing because no two bodies are the same. Now, you've probably tried at least one of these: keto, low fat, fasting, plant-based or vegan, calorie counting, or extreme exercise routines, and now the most popular carnivore diet. So, and maybe it worked for someone but left you feeling tired, bloated, anxious, gaining weight, or just stuck. Well, most diet advice is based on averages, but your body isn't average. Your body is its own blueprint. And that's why I use epigenetics testing to understand how your body handles food, stress, vitamins, exercise, detox, and more. So when we stop guessing and we start listening to your biology, things finally start to work. So let's start with fat. Genes like APOA2, PPARA, and FTO affect how well you burn or store fat. Now, I had a client who was doing strict keto, butter, cheese, coconut oil, but she was gaining weight and she felt exhausted. Her APOA2 gene showed she couldn't efficiently metabolize saturated fat. So we swapped the saturated fat out for things like olive oil, avocado, and added in more fiber. She lost 9 pounds in 1 month, and she says it's the best she's felt in over a year. Then there's carbohydrates. If you carry a variant of the TCF7L2 gene, you may have poor insulin sensitivity and be more prone to sugar crashes or weight gain from even healthy carbs. I had a male client with this gene who kept crashing on a high carb, vegan, plant-based diet. We lowered refined carbs, added resistant starches, and his blood sugar stabilized within weeks. And with protein, some clients have genes that affect satiety, protein absorption, and methylation. One client felt constantly hungry even with decent meals. Her FTO gene made it harder for her to feel full, and her methylation was impaired, so she couldn't use protein efficiently. So we added in methylated B vitamins and changed the types of protein she ate. Her cravings dropped almost immediately. So now I want to go deeper into real client stories because this is where the power of personalized nutrition really comes to life. These examples span different genders, age groups, and health goals, from fatigue and inflammation to weight loss plateaus and nutrient deficiencies, showing how this approach works across a broad range of people. So the first one I want to talk about is a girl named Sarah. She had too much protein. So Sarah came to me after doing what everyone online says to do: high protein, 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 as well as strength training and low carb. She was eating over 130 grams of protein a day, but she was bloated, constipated, fatigued, and she wasn't losing any weight. Her DNA results revealed several key findings. She had the variation in the FTO gene, which is associated with increased appetite and lower satiety from meals, especially protein. She had a variant of the MTHFR gene, which impaired her methylation and amino acid processing, and a reduced function in BHMT and MTRR. These are genes involved in homeocysteine metabolism and B12 recycling, essential for protein metabolism. So, because her body couldn't efficiently break down and utilize amino acids, all of that extra protein was causing systemic stress, not helping her. So once we reduced her protein intake to a more moderate range, added in activated B vitamins, including methylfolate, methylcobalamin, and P5P, and increased non-starchy vegetables to support her detox pathways, her digestion improved, her inflammation markers dropped, and she finally started losing those inches. The next one I want to talk about is Marcus. Now, he needed more carbs to lose weight. So Marcus tried keto for 2 years. He didn't feel bad on it, but his weight loss stalled completely and his workout suffered. When we tested him, we found that his carb metabolism was actually strong and his fat metabolism was moderate, meaning he performed better with more carbohydrates. So we reintroduced whole carb foods like lentils, sweet potatoes, fruit, and resistant starches. Not only did his body composition improve, but his mood and sleep did too. And within 3 months, he lost more fat than he had in the whole previous year. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Dana. Now, Dana had chronic fatigue and brain fog. Her DNA showed elevated inflammatory risk, especially related to the IL-6 and TNF alpha genes. We layered this with a food sensitivity panel and found that certain foods, even healthy ones like almonds and spinach, were adding to her inflammatory load. So once we removed those triggers and supported her with anti-inflammatory nutrition, including omega-3s and polyphenol-rich foods, she finally got her energy back. So I want you to understand methylation, MTHFR, and B vitamin activation. Now, methylation is a biochemical process essential for DNA repair, detoxification, hormone metabolism, and neurotransmitter production. Think of it like the body's on and off switch for thousands of critical functions, similar to how a light switch controls a room. So when the switch works, everything flows. But if the wiring, your genes, is faulty, your system can't function properly. And that's when symptoms and dysfunction start showing up. So, when your methylation pathways aren't working efficiently due to gene variants like MTHFR, you may experience symptoms like fatigue and brain fog, anxiety or depression, hormone imbalance, histamine intolerance, headaches, trouble detoxing or recovering from illnesses. And the MTHFR gene affects your ability to convert folic acid, that's the synthetic form, it's into methylfolate, the usable form. Now, this is really, really important because many people are still taking folic acid in their vitamins, especially prenatal vitamins. And most grocery store vitamins or over-the-counter vitamins, multivitamins, have the synthetic form of folic acid. And if you have an MTHFR variant, you're not able to process it. And unmetabolized folic acid can build up over time and block those receptor sites, potentially increasing the risk for neurotube defects, autism, and even cancer in susceptible individuals. So that's why I recommend choosing methylated B vitamins, such as you want methylfolate versus folic acid, methylcobalamin versus cyanocobalamin, and P5P versus pyridoxine. Now, cyanocobalamin is the synthetic form of B12. It requires your body to convert it using methylation pathways, which many people with MTHFR or MTHFR variants can't do effectively. The methylcobalamin is the active form. It's bioavailable and it is immediately usable. It doesn't need to convert. Choosing the right B vitamins isn't just about energy. It's about protecting your brain, heart, mood, and even your long-term health. Now, the test that I do, the epigenetics test, it's not just fun facts about your genes. It gives you actionable insights into your macronutrient breakdown, how you use those protein, carbs, and fats, your blood sugar and insulin sensitivity, as well as cholesterol, methylation and detoxification capacity, inflammation and immune overreactivity, nutrient absorption such as vitamin D, B12, folate, choline, also your caffeine sensitivity and circadian rhythm, and also satiety and appetite signaling, exercise recovery and performance. And you can use all of this information to build a fully customized nutrition, lifestyle, and supplement plan that fully aligns with how your body works. It's your blueprint for life. It doesn't change. So, if you've been doing all of the right things and you still feel stuck, it's not your fault. You just might not be you just might not be following the right roadmap. Your DNA is not your destiny, but it is your design. And when we work with that design, your results start to make sense. So, are you ready to stop guessing? Click my link in the comments to book, or in my profile, to book a free 15-minute call. Or you can visit my website, eatingforhealing.org, to learn more about working with me. Whether it's a one-time test or part of a complete program, I'll walk you through it step by step. Now, I want you to comment below. Have you ever followed a popular diet that totally backfired, or taken a vitamin that made you feel worse? I want to know. Comment below and let me know. And like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's been stuck for far too long. More content like this is on the way because your body is wise. You just need the tools to understand it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.